Hi, I'm Lou Beechy, the Creative Director for Heartfelt Creations. Today I'm going to be sharing some techniques with our Timeless Amour Collection. This collection is beautiful and there's so many different ways you can use them, so let's get started. For our first project, I started out with this 12 by 12 piece of paper from the Timeless Amour Collection, and I cut it up into 3 different pieces for the card that I was making. So these were the 3 pieces I cut. The one card will make a 5 by 7 and these other pieces are cut to 5 by 5. And then this is the piece that was left over, and I'll just put that aside for a future project. So each one of these panels can literally be used with the same project. Like for this one, you can add this heart on top. So I used the die from the Timeless Amour Collection, cut out this background piece, and then stamped this heart and added a little flower from the Vintage Floret collection. So as you can see, this design just fits around there perfectly. So for the next one, let's just move this around, and you'll have the heart positioned like this, and you've got the glitter and this swirl coming in from this way. And you could even move this over a little bit more if you liked. So we'll take that off of this piece, and you can see how it looks on the 5 by 7. Here I have the door in the background, but I'll just lay this heart right on top, and I stamp the sentiment, "Life is better with you" in it. So as you can see, 3 different cards, very different variations. With this heart, I just love the variations you get with it. You can do it like this, or in the set you also get this heart that looks like a door. I cut it out with the die, and then I split it in the center to create that door-like look. You could actually layer this on top, and you would have that rose behind it if you wanted to. So that is one of the options with this as well. This is the die from the Timeless Amour Collection. When you look at it, first glance, it looks like there's some decorative hearts, but you can do so much more with these. For this one, I took the heart and I put it on top of the stamped heart and did a very dimensional die cut shape on that. So it really gives it a fun new element, and when you mail this, this will actually flatten, so when your recipient gets it, they can pop it right back up and you have a fun element on your card. So we're going to show you how we achieved this dimensional piece. To create the heart I just showed you, you'll want to cut out 5 of these pieces and fold them in half. And I just made sure that the dark side was in the center. So you'll just go along, make sure that's all lined up, and just squeeze in the middle and down here, because that's where your folds are going to be. So we'll do that on this heart as well. So just make sure everything's lined up properly. Once you go to glue it together, it's going to make the assembly go very easily. So squeeze that. Now to glue it, I like to use our Dries Clear Glue with a fine tip, and I'll just put some glue. Make sure there's plenty of glue where the fold is in the bottom. Just put some glue along the outer edge. Put some glue on the inside. Go all the way around. And then we'll bring this heart on top. And you'll basically be gluing this one half to the opposite half. Now when you do this, I kind of pull the heart back apart again, and I just make sure that these are lined up perfectly. Oops, maybe I should start up here so I can see exactly where my heart is. There we go. If you don't start it right, it's not going to turn out right. So it's good to start on one end or the other. So you saw I started in the middle thinking I was lined up properly. So you'll just do that. Now when that's drying, what I'll do is I'll take an alligator clip and clip that end together to make sure that that's holds well with the glue. And you'll just continue this process until all 5 are glued together. And then what you'll have is it'll look like this once all 5 are glued together, like that, and then you'll pull it apart and you can glue that to your project. So that's very simple, and yet you have stunning results. With our small heart die, you can achieve different cuts. It comes separately. So if you want to achieve a cut like this, what you'll want to do is basically lay your die on your paper and just position this in the center. And then what I like to do is just take a piece of tape and tape the dies together like that. And then you can run it through on your paper and I'll give you a cutout like this. If you just run through this outer piece, you're going to get a cutout like this, and then you can layer those two on top of each other and you have a design in the background. So this heart can really achieve a lot of different results. This is how I use the very decorative heart. I put two together so it just makes it look like a fancy background die. Added some vintage floret roses on top with the rose leaf swirl, and I layered it on our new lace background. I stamped this with the glue pad and the glitter, and I'll show you how that was done. To create the lace background, I started out with using the glue pad. When you stamp with the glue pad, you're stamping with glue instead of ink, so you can create some fabulous glittery backgrounds. So we'll just make sure everything's covered. When you stamp with large images like this, I like to make sure I have our stamp mat on the bottom of it. It makes that you get a good stamped image. So just give this some firm, even pressure. Just peel that off. And right now you can't see much on the camera, but once we bring this glitter in here and we pour it over the top and tap that off, that background just instantly pops out. So this lace background from the Timeless Amour Collection is just stunning, stamped with the glue pad and sprinkle glitter over it. One thing you do want to make sure you do when you're using the glue pad is after you've put the glitter on, make sure you spray a sealer over the top, and that seals the glitter and makes that it sticks really well. I like to use the Krylon brand. So what I did for the card, I flipped the stamp around and did a double piece, but you could just use this by itself too. So very simple yet stunning results. These are the stamps in the Timeless Amour Collection. This is the Passage to My Heart. You've got the two hearts that get cut out with the open decorative heart die. And then here are some sentiments. They are called the Timeless Sentiments. And this is the lace. I just got finished stamping. This one is called Timeless Lace. This is an amazing background. I like to ink just the love and use it as a focal point, but you can also stamp it in pastel colors and use it as a background. And then we've got the Timeless Rosette stamp set. This one I like to stamp in like a dark brown and add little dimensional roses on top, like I did with the heart and using the vintage floret flowers. Last but not least, we've got the Timeless Amour paper collection. This comes with 2 sheets of each design, so you've got 24 sheets in here. So let's see what's inside. You've got your little journaling blocks, and the back side has a nice stripe with the lace. And then we've got these 2x3 squares that are amazing to work with. I just love the patterns on these papers, but this is a, let me just flip this, you can kind of see how those work together. You can also bring this up like this, and you've got one for each corner. You can flip these opposite way. This is a dark red background with some script on it. This background has a dark green stripe. Got a dark red with a lace edge, and then some neutral creams and whites. So as you can see, this is just amazing to work with. The colors are very neutral. This is the back of that one, and then here we have another door with roses and some petite roses on the background. This is kind of a dark brown with a cream white faded edge. Got a lace background that could be used on the top or the bottom. And this one is a very neutral one back. I love this post. There are so many possibilities with this one. Can't wait to make a project of my own with that. And then we've got another very neutral background, so I just love how these papers turned out. And they're so easy to use with the stamps that coordinate and really speeds up the time you spend on a project. So you've seen a couple projects or techniques that you can utilize with the Timeless Amour collection, but really it only scratches the surface. So I'm excited to see what you create in your craft room. If you do need more inspiration and more techniques, make sure you visit our website at heartfeltcreations.us, and remember, have a great time with your stamping and scrapbooking.